Welcome back to another episode of the Espresso Chateau.
Yep.
We have been going good.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
It's just been a good run, you know?
Yeah, we've had a pretty good run.
This is not us ending it, by the way. It's just, I'm
Just
just
like
stating
10
a
whole
fact.
episodes.
Yeah.
That's it. GG next.
Yeah. That's it. That was all our career provided for. Not
Yep.
even provided. Just, that's all our career wanted us to do. I'm joking. Anyway, this is going to be, hopefully, you watched the last one because we
Yeah.
need to get into some nostalgia shows
It was fun.
immediately because we left off on a really medium note. It was very
It was
depressing.
sad. It was very sad.
And then we were getting into exciting things afterwards. But then, you know what? We were like, why don't we cut it and save it for next week's episode?
Now here we are going to be talking about childhood favorites.
Mm-hmm.
We left off saying about how Blue's Clues played a big role. I'd say from like if you're from like 95 to 2000, Blue's Clues probably played like a very big part of your life.
It was my favorite show.
Yeah. And just kind of the route that took, and then Steve making his apology video just really hit everybody, all those millennials, et cetera, in their feels. So from that, we
I
decided
think I'm Gen Z.
yeah, but like,
I
I don't
think you're
know. I
Gen
don't know
Z.
the gens, honestly. They change.
Yeah. But the new generation is like Generation Alpha, and it's like, why do they get such a cool name?
Okay, but their backlash also. They also
Yeah,
get a
but
lot of
like
backlash.
Generation Alpha, like, why do they get Alpha?
Yeah, I ain't no beta bitch.
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
kidding.
come on. Anyway,
um,
so yes, Blue's Clues was my favorite show, but also, you'll probably know this, Roly Poly Oly.
yeah, the little robot, and it's funny because I was just singing that intro the other day.
I sing it all the time. I can
Yeah, I'm
literally
roly
sing
poly oly,
small
small
and
and
squirt
short and
and
round.
round.
Like I don't know what he says, short, like
It's like,
stout. He's so funny, but I was gonna say I remember a show Ainsley used to watch, and it terrified me. Dudley the Dragon. I don't like it when people are like dressed up like I guess mascots, like people in costume, which is weird because I was a big fan of Barney when I was younger, like a massive fan.
Barney.
But
You know what? I like Barney, but I was never like, it
I like
wasn't a show
Barney.
that I looked for.
If it was on, like I'd watch it. Like I didn't mind it. Oh, and
Yeah,
Out of the Box.
don't know what that is.
So that was a show where these people made a giant box for it outside, and you're like, "What the?" And like they crawl into it, and it's like a whole friggin' mansion house thing, and they do crafts.
I left off talking about Mighty Machines.
Yes,
Loved that show. Oh my god, it was so cool.
Mighty Machines was
It
so
was
good.
real life machines, like
Yep.
bulldozers and stuff, with voices. And they just talked about what they did.
Yes.
And it was so cool. Kind of like How It's Made for Kids. You remember that show, How It's Made?
No,
It'll like take you through the process of how things are made.
I can't say I know that.
Like, I used to watch it with dad all the time. It's not an old show.
Can't say
It's like,
I.
oh, like how potato chips are made, and then it'll bring you through the entire process. Like, oh, they soak the potatoes, they'll put it through a slicer. It can do this many potatoes
Yeah,
in
but
this
that just sounds
hour.
like a
And it
dad thing to watch.
was very interesting.
Like honestly, like I don't remember
It'd
that
be
at
cool. It'd be
all.
like, how are the ice cream tubs that have the jam in it? How is that made? And it would be really
Ice
cool.
cream tubs with jam in it.
Yeah,
What?
and then I used to buy them all the time. It was like an ice cream. It was Chapman's. You would open it up.
We
And
should
it'd
go
be
pick some up
swirls.
actually. I could go for
We
some
should.
swirl.
We should start eating while we're doing this.
That's a whole other type of vibe. That's a mukbang.
Oh yeah, we already mentioned that before.
Also, I have like I got a date with a mac and cheese box
I have a date with a freshie bowl.
and some salad.
Um, there were certain shows though that I think just went downhill after they did. We talked about Franklin being reanimated.
Yes, Bob the Builder.
All of them.
Yup.
Do you remember though? There was a show. I don't remember what it was called, but it was about a girl,
No.
and it was
No.
animated.
No.
Yeah, and she would always go to her room, and you would walk down the hallway with her, and she would turn into her room. Maybe it was just a really sketchy dream I had constantly growing
Okay, but
up.
what happens when she's in a room?
I don't know. I just know that there was a point at some. I think she talked to like a poster on her wall. Is this just me dreaming? It's a Twitter notification.
No, I'm trying to think of. I'm not looking at anything. Like
Like
I'm
I
looking
don't
past.
remember if she was like a
She spoke to a
problem
poster.
child and she was like getting in trouble and she would go to her room. Maybe it was just like
What'd she look like?
I don't remember. I know the hallway looked like our old house though, like on Echo. So maybe it was just dreams
Sounds kind of like it was a dream.
and it was just you running down the hall to your room.
Wow.
But I can't remember. I just know that she would turn into. Okay, so do you remember our old house?
Yes.
When you would walk down the hallway, it was my room first. Well, at first it was my room, and then there was the bathroom room, and then it was the other room.
Yes.
Her room would be the bathroom, so it would be the first door instead of the second one.
And she talked to a poster.
I think so, or like maybe people under her bed. Sounds like a horror film, not a
Because
kids
it doesn't
show.
sound like a. Like it just makes me think of like.
I think she went into another world.
Makes me think of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
let me see.
But I don't think she wasn't. I don't know about that though. Maggie and the Ferocious Beast was a good one, and then it also makes me think of that kid and his pet newt.
No, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. I remember an episode where they take the red dots off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
That's
for
cute.
fun.
Yeah. I remember that show now. Oh my gosh. Sagwa, the Chinese Siamese cat.
That was a really good show.
Now that I just typed that in, a bunch of the old ones are coming back.
I actually love that
Miss
show.
Spider's Sunny Patch. Oh my
You
god.
were obsessed with Miss
Oh my
Spider's Sunny
God.
Patch Kids. And it was honestly so good. That's that
Mhm.
tarantula that ends up having like all those babies or whatever.
Yeah.
He was so scary.
Wow. And Timothy goes to school. I don't know if they reanimated it, but it bothers me that he carries his books on a string.
Why?
Because get a bag.
No.
Like that's so inconvenient.
not the way it's tied though.
It's why are you carrying a string? And those are textbooks. Put it in a bag. It bothered me.
I just remember the beaver pissed me off.
Yeah. Little Bear. It was always snowy.
Little Bear was
Yeah.
so good.
Wow, these are all bringing me back. You can't tell me that Max and Ruby, the best episode
I hated Max
was
and
with the
Ruby.
fire truck and when they built those cakes that are in the opening theme song. He makes a mud cake with worms and she makes a pink cake with sprinkles on it. Okay.
She pissed me off.
Or there's an episode where the popsicles melt and then they like Max dyes himself because he keeps like melting them and then pouring them on himself. So he just turns like green and orange from all the popsicle juice.
Okay, but I would prefer that over Tupi and Binu. You used to watch
Ugh.
Tupi and Bino, and it pissed me off so much.
You hated Tupi.
I hate both. Like it was just so bad. Like I don't understand what education you were getting from that show.
Nothing, but Tupi was kind of a dick. Like, if you watch those episodes now, you're like, wow, he's mean. Like, he is the Rat King in the Nutcracker.
Checks out.
Yeah, like, he grew up and that's what he turned into. The Berenstain Bears. I hated that it went all fuzzy at the very end, but it was a
But
good show.
that's one of those things that I'm not going to say.
Mandela effect.
Yup, Berenstein. How do you remember it being spelled? It's an A in that, isn't it?
An A? Oh. Yeah,
Do you remember it as an
is.
E?
Yeah.
Yeah! Because I'm
I was also like 6. So like maybe
I'm
I
a
didn't
firm
want to
believer
know.
it was always E, but nope, there
Okay.
it is. A.
Did you ever watch
Wrong.
Rupert?
Yes. That's what I want to name. I wanted to rename Finn.
Should have.
Well, yeah.
The Backyardigans.
Gosh, that was awesome.
And
They were all
only the ones with Austin in it.
but they were all animals except what was she? Was she an alien?
Uniqua?
Yeah.
I don't know what she was. Let me see if I can click on it if it'll tell me.
Because she was pink with spots but had like antenna.
Maybe she was just like a caterpillar.
Because there was because there was like
I just came up with that. I never knew what she was.
I don't know, kangaroo, penguin, moose.
Oh, she's not a real
hippo.
animal. But comparisons have been made to a possum.
Oh, interesting. It's like I never knew what Arthur was.
I don't think possums have antennas.
I never knew what Arthur was.
Isn't he a anteater? Or like
an
something,
aardvark or
yeah,
something?
something along those lines.
I didn't know. DW. That was such a good show. Arthur,
Also, they were so mean to DW, but she was also a
she
bitch.
was so ruthless. There's so many episodes of like her going in on like Arthur's friends or whatever. Like what's the girl with the red shirt or like the girl with the pigtails? Like
Yeah.
DW is ruthless
Yeah.
with them sometimes. I'm like, damn.
Um, Bear in the Big Blue House. Did we talk about this already? My hatred for it.
Just the sniffing the screen.
I've realized I've come to a consensus that I hate when they over animate noses.
Well, it's not animated. It's a guy in a costume.
Yeah, but did we talk about this already or no? Was I talking to somebody else about it?
I think we brought it up in a podcast.
Like about Ice Age's squirrel?
Oh, you don't like Scrat?
Like him, but at the beginning of I think the second movie, it's just his nose sniffing around. Hate it. I didn't watch it. I was like, we have to fast forward or do something.
You know what's funny? Is it the sound or is it just like the look?
It's the movement, mostly the movement.
Because there's times too where I'm like trying to sleep right, and then Willow
Oh yeah.
comes up and she starts sniffing.
Yeah.
And when she starts sniffing my ear, because I guess that's how animals see if there's something wrong with you.
Oh,
Did you know that?
no, I
It has
didn't.
something to do with ears.
Makes sense. Checks out.
She like just her little nose just like
Yeah.
it's huffing in my ear. I'm like, girl, please.
There's another show though that does it, and it's Tangled. When the horse is
I love that.
sniffing
That's so
her
good.
Flynn Rider, I can't stand it.
Listen, I got no beef with that show at all.
I don't have beef with the
love
show.
it.
I
No,
have
I
beef
love
with that
it.
part.
No, I love
Like,
it.
why is the horse's nose is just
Maximus, if
yeah,
that's
no,
what you want to do, you do it.
not for me. Handy Manny. That was the first 3D show I watched.
I don't really remember that one.
Yeah, it was more like I was getting older, maybe a little too old to be watching.
But you still watched it anyway.
Yeah.
Man, I would walk into her room and like she'd still be watching that stuff as like a 10-year-old.
When I was sick, I watched a lot of Treehouse. But like it's like no difference than I just watched Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, but those shows are so good. Like I rewatch iCarly all the time.
Yeah.
iCarly's so good.
Angelina Ballerina.
That sounds familiar. What's that look like? The mouse.
Yeah.
You know, I'm noticing
She was annoying.
they used a lot of rats and mice in kids' shows.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? You think there's some like underlying message there?
Animal testing.
No. I'm just wondering why, because like you would think like is it like the cuteness factor because it's something small? Stanley.
Do you remember that? Stanley, and he had like a hexagonal head.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. Like it doesn't have anything to do with animation, but like they redid Blue's Clues to Blue's room and he's lifelike.
Hmm.
I hate that.
They made it a puppet?
Looks like it.
Blue's a girl.
Sorry, but it's stupid. And Magenta's a boy, right?
I think so.
Or she's also a girl.
They
And they're
might both be
cousins.
girls because I think Periwinkle the cat was a boy.
Did you know
I love Periwinkle.
the lights on the Blue Water Bridge are periwinkle?
That checks out, but it's ironic because they're called Blue Water, so why aren't they high?
Almost Naked Animals. That came out when you were in high school and I was in like grade
Almost
7.
Naked Animals. I actually remember that like name. What the heck?
Yeah. And like Papa would drop us off and he would be like, "What?
Did you hear? I might be absolutely bricked, but they're rebooting Fairly Odd
Zaboom?
Parents, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh.
and Zaboomafoo.
If they redo Fairly Odd Parents in 3D, probably won't watch it.
Well, no, they did that. They had that live action, but it flopped. But apparently, the original voice actors of Wanda and Cosmo are coming back to reprise their roles for this, whatever it is.
Good.
So
Better. But I can't stand the 3D.
the
animation.
turnaround, yeah.
Like Bluey. They didn't do it for Bluey, and it's like one of the most popular kids shows to date. And they're doing just fine. Like, why change what's already good?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know what their thought process is on that.
Yeah. Willa's Wildlife.
Oh my gosh. These were like borderline past.
Yeah, but like I remember watching 1 or 2. Wow. Like blast from the past here. I forgot that Roly Poly Oly lived in a teapot.
This whole episode is just her scrolling through her phone looking at old TV shows.
I'm sorry, but like they just bring it back, like the Grim Adventures of Billy.
I love those. Those were so good. Kids Next Door, all that kind of stuff was such a vibe way back. Like Powerpuff Girls still has a special place in my heart. Um,
I'm gonna
there's
have to
so many
scroll
good
through my
ones. Kim
phone anyway.
Possible, like there were so many on the Disney Channel, like old Disney cartoons. Like they knew what they were doing. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened.
I also loved Pangu.
Yeah,
Toot newt.
everybody, toot newt,
Wah, wah.
toot newt, newt newt. Yeah, everybody loves Pengu.
And then you kind of graduate from those to like no way. Pocoyo.
Pocoyo. What do you say?
Pocoyo. 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 But I remember that. You kind of graduate into like the Proud Family
I love the Proud Family. They also redid that too.
and Recess.
Loved Recess.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, and Ashley.
So good.
That was a good show. There was a
I
lot of
know.
them on. That was like yeah, old Family Channel, which was
Family.
like undercover Disney. I swear.
I don't they have an Undercover Disney now? Like it's called oh, I'm thinking of the show Undercover on Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember Lloyd in Space?
Yes. Do you
That
remember
was
Danny Phantom?
yes. The Weekenders. That show never should have ended.
Yeah.
That show
Oh my
never should have ended.
gosh.
I loved The Weekenders because it was like that's what I want to do on my weekend, but our mall was nowhere near as cool as that. And
No.
it lived near a boardwalk and stuff, and it's like, bro, I don't even know what grade they were in, but like just imagine having that kind of a life where you just walk a boardwalk, go to the mall, eat some chili cheese fries with the bros, the homies, like just blew my
The
mind.
chili cheese fries. Didn't
Yeah,
he dump it on somebody's head in one episode?
yeah. They were at the mall.
Yeah. The chili cheese fries did look bomb.
Which
Now,
what?
sorry, go ahead.
No.
No, it's
No,
okay.
because
It's
I'm just trying to
okay.
think of like there was another one that I can't recall. Hey Arnold was good.
I didn't really watch that. Do you remember the one where they had a bubblegum gun?
It's Kids Next Door.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
And then classic SpongeBob, no matter what age.
Yeah, SpongeBob, I swear, has been like the longest reign. Did you watch anything to do with the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I watched the Super Bowl.
You watched the whole thing.
I did not
Did you check
watch
out the
the
Nickelodeon
no, I
one?
didn't, and I wanted
Okay,
to.
so
I wanna
them
rock.
them in the stands was so funny because like I watched a little bit of like clips and stuff, and like they literally made call outs, um, and they made famous people into fish. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see clips of it,
Yeah, they like memed them, and it was
but
so
to see
funny. And
the
then
halftime show.
they like slimed some of the crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, but it was like done differently. And then if they got a touchdown, like the SpongeBob writing would come up being like whatever, and then there'd be like jellyfish like going everywhere. It
That's
was
cool.
so funny,
But
and
to
I think it's
see,
worth a rewatch.
yeah, but to see
Sweet
SpongeBob
victory.
perform again, that would have been
We've
insane.
only been asking for it for like 20
Yeah,
years. like,
yeah.
like come on, people.
So now that I've been on,
She's at this point, you guys. I'm so sorry. She's literally deep diving at this point.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm on Discord now.
okay,
I'm on the podcast topics, and a lot of these are questions that they did want us to ask Ainsley.
who's still not here?
Hmm. So we can answer some questions that, kind of, yeah, I can split it up. It's okay. Speaking of growing up and just old shows and stuff,
Yep.
going back to elementary school, what sports did you do in school?
Hmm. Like with the school, or just while I was in school?
No, with the school. What school sports did you play?
I tried soccer for a little bit. I did basketball. This was in elementary school. And then I did badminton in high school. I did chess in elementary school as well. I was on the chess team.
Rowing?
Rowing was in high school. Fencing was in high school.
You had all the cool sports. They took those away when I was in high school.
Okay, you can't say they took away the cool sports when you got to high school, the opportunity to go to Spain and
Yeah,
Portugal
but I
and
would have
France
did
all came up.
rowing and fencing. Elementary school, I did soccer and volleyball. Was it
I
good at
forgot
volleyball?
you were a
No,
volleyball
I was
kid.
trash. All my other friends were doing it though, so it was just fun.
My friends were doing it, so
Yeah,
I
like
was
we were
doing
in the
it.
change room just blasting music and goofing around, and then we had to go out and play a game. We were actually very good, but we weren't being serious.
But we weren't great.
I also don't think I think I was like I don't think I was a starter. I was just there for the fun.
Well, my issue with the basketball team was that like I wasn't one of the popular kids. So even though I could play, like me and my friend, Papa actually yelled at the coach because she was playing favorites.
Yeah, and in elementary school, and they were probably travel players too.
I'll tell you who it was later on.
Okay.
Um, but yes, they were playing favorites, so they would never put me or my friend on ever. We were basically bench warmers because we weren't part of the popular crew.
You know what? I would so much rather sit on the bench and get
Give me your
merch
nose for a second.
and get teamwear than actually have to get up and do physical activity.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? I would love to join the varsity team at the university just so I could wear the like get the merch. Like I don't have to play. Like I'll be the third string. Put me on if you absolutely like both people have gotten hurt. Also, in high school I did soccer for the first 2 years, but rugby all four.
You're like, yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Funny.
you were good at rugby though.
Not really.
I
Once
mean,
again, we just got sick windbreakers out of it. Like that's all I really wanted.
was just the outfits.
Was just
She
the
did it for the
outfits.
fashion.
I did. We
She
did.
even took my basketballs.
It's
Basketballs.
here. I was gonna wear
My
it for the nostalgia
basketball.
video. Um, let me get back to where I was now.
I know the results shock you. Is that Luna snoring?
Mm-hmm. What were your grades like?
I'm a B student.
Yeah, I was a
I'm
solid
a
B.
I'm a
Got
I'm a
got
mid
A's and
student.
stuff. Some stuff.
School just like I'm a hands-on learner. Like I can't sit in a classroom and just like type out these notes and be like, fine, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like it's not for me. So
Yeah, I was solid B, and then some A's. I got some A's.
do you think this is gonna turn off the mic?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But it's back on now.
Okay.
Um, what were your grades like? Your
Yeah, my grades
favorite?
are actually like trash. Like I was a BC student. Like I don't know. And I'm not a math or science kid. Like
Well, I definitely wasn't an English person.
I loved
I hated
English.
English. That's where we differ.
Okay, oh my
Like you
god.
can write
So
essays, I will not write. I
no, I
refuse.
hate essays, but I liked English.
I hated
But the
English.
the whole concept of writing essays is so ridiculous to me because an essay, especially because they would say like, make it opinionated, it's your thought. And then when they mark you wrong on it, it's just like you're telling me my opinion and how I interpreted something is wrong. So tell me why I had to write 1,000 words for absolutely nothing.
I can't even remember what essays I had to write that would be opinionated. I remember I wrote one on feminism. That was the last essay I wrote in high school. And I got like a 87, I think, or 92
It's
on it.
absolutely wild. Like
The only good grade I got in English.
I don't know, essays for me, like, I don't know, like, okay, if you're a teacher and you're sitting through and reading it, like, what are you taking away from this, though? Like, if you're asking for our thoughts. Not only that, but I did recently read an article where teachers are using AI to mark tests and stuff like that. So it's just like, everything's going to be void now. Like, what do you mean an AI
That's
is?
so weird.
Going back to that, though, English class in high school, I remember I gave my friend a detention. So I ended up sitting in detention with her because I felt bad, but we were in English class and we were like flicking like chunks of like eraser, like
Hmm.
big erasers at each other just because like it was boring at this point. And with where she was sitting, she hurled this thing and I ducked and it hit the teacher in the face.
That's hilarious.
And honestly, like to this day, I'm like, yeah, did he deserve it? Absolutely,
You know
100%
what?
he did. He was a butthole. But it was so funny. And then she got detention. She was like, I was like, I'm so
The
sorry.
only reason I survived English,
Hmm.
Spark Notes.
100%.
Didn't read one
100.
book
Uh-huh.
except I read um the one with To Kill a Mockingbird.
That I read in grade 8.
Best book.
Yeah, though that's a really good book.
Such a good book.
And there is a movie that they did around it too. You should watch. It's like it's an old film. Uh,
But that was the only book. Like I
but
didn't read Lord of the Flies. I didn't read Q for
I read
Treason. I didn't
half.
read no.
I read half of Lord of the Flies. Hugh for Treason, I think I might have read. Didn't read Animal Farm,
Didn't read. Didn't have to.
Glass Castle or something
Didn't
like
have
that.
to. I don't even know what grade 12 the book was that we had to read.
Basically all of the Shakespeare
Loved
stuff
them.
I read.
Yeah.
But when it came to like the books, I think I only read Lord of the Flies, but I don't think I finished it. I think I read like halfway and I was like,
See, I read
this
the
is a
Spark
mess.
Notes for Lord of the Flies.
It's messed up. That's a messed
And
up
it
book.
is. And one of my friends had read the actual book. We had a quiz on it. I got a
Yeah.
better mark than she did.
So it's
And I was like,
that's why
Spark
I always
Notes.
make that comment like he's got the conch.
Yeah, like
That's it.
but I didn't really pay attention to the books because I did like I didn't care.
Yeah.
But the Shakespeare plays,
I love them and
so good. I
I
would
love reading
love
the
to see
scripts.
one
Mm-hmm.
in theater, except Macbeth, because I know you're not like it's bad
Yes, it is bad
for the actor
luck to play in it.
to be the wife or to be Macbeth themselves.
To be Macbeth.
Yes,
It's like a cursed play or something,
yeah.
but I think people still do it.
I think people do too, but I loved everything about the four ones that you learn about, and
What is it? Hamlet, Macbeth. I know in grade 9 it's Romeo and
Romeo and
Juliet. And then
Juliet.
you watch the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
I didn't watch it.
Oh my god, yeah, we watched it. So we read the book and then we watched it. It's I mean, it's Romeo and Juliet. You should watch it.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting, but it's young Leo.
yeah, but like still, like Romeo and Juliet, as much as a cliche that it is, everyone
Tale
knows
of
it.
as old as
It's
time.
still like when you read the actual Shakespearean one,
Yeah.
it's still so good.
The Shakespearean one's
Like
so
the
much better.
conversations they have to understand.
Do you remember when the Proud
Sometimes,
Family
but
reenacted it?
mhm,
That lives rent free in my head.
all the time, basically everything. Um,
Penny's first kiss.
yeah. Your favorite subjects in school, which basically we kind of just covered.
Art.
Comtech.
Comtech to a point. I found sometimes it got a little like you got in trouble for like silly things, and it's like okay, like
I didn't. I would show up to class like
no,
10,
like not
20
even no.
minutes
That stuff
late
is
and
fine. I'm talking about like a shade on Photoshop is like the wrong thing, and it's like, bro, it's artistic. Like
yeah.
stop, like it's just silly things like that. And then like even with art, I found like I loved art class, but it was so hard to get. I find certain classes like when you're marking on them, like it's you gotta like
And you
come
had a
on, you
lot
gotta
of
be so good
art
at that.
projects to do. I remember you constantly being up here
Yep.
painting.
Yep.
I never took art. My electives were Comtech, and then I did take cosmetology. Hated it.
I heard that was a fun course though, like just to
Like it was
chill.
easy. Like
Yeah,
you
that's
just
like
did hair and painted nails. Like yeah,
I hate that our high school never had like a friggin' cooking class. That's what I
they
wanted.
did when I got
I
there.
did not
I
have
never
it when I
took
was
it.
there.
It
And
was
like they teach
full.
you how to sew and stuff like that.
Oh no,
Like
we don't have home ec. It was just called foods,
mm.
foods and nutrition, and you would like cook some days, and then you would not. All my
See, I
friends were in
wish.
it, so they would still bring me food for like class. They'd be like, "Okay, go out in the hall," and I'd be like, "Okay," and I'd come back with like cookies or something.
See, and like that's the stuff I want. Which we do have to run to the store today because you said you bake brownies.
I would. I'm gonna make brownies and brownie cookie. Brownie cookies.
Yeah, there was a cop that just went by,
Brookies.
so I was like, bro,
That
what?
wasn't a cop. It was
No, a
just
cop went that
oh.
way.
Hmm. Favorite lunch food you looked forward to?
Now, what does that mean?
So I don't know. I never ate in the cafeteria.
Our cafeteria was ass. Like we didn't
You would
have
bring
food,
me
so.
fries and a big cookie to elementary school until they stopped allowing the high school students to come to the elementary school, and I felt so cool. My older sister is bringing me lunch from the high school cafeteria. That's
Yeah, but
right.
that's pretty much all like they had. There was nothing ever good there.
Oh, they must have like kicked it up a notch whenever we were there. They had like pulled pork days, they had
Nope.
mashed potatoes, chicken nuggets, chicken fingers. There was one day where they had the potato bowl and they would do mashed potatoes with corn, gravy, and chicken nuggets in it. Everybody got it. It was Thursdays.
It was like probably the best. Yeah. I just honestly my favorite lunch was coming home and eating bagel bites
That's what I was about to
and
say.
maybe
I
pogos
never
with
ate
corn
any.
dogs.
Yeah. I never, not with cheese in them. I never ate lunch at school. One, I would either walk home because we lived literally 37 seconds away from the school, or I would just suck it out, like hang out in the cafeteria
Just
and
hang out
then
and
eat
wait.
after school. Like it's 2 o'clock, it's not that bad. And then I would come home and make pogos, bagel bites, basically everything that you
Everything.
used to
Actually,
make.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was talking to someone about it, and I was talking about how like every time we'd go to Nanny and Papa's like after school, and this was after elementary school, we would go to our grandparents' house every day because we didn't have someone to watch us.
At 2:30,
She'd
because our
have
elementary school got out
it
quite
was like
early.
3.
Echo got out at, I mean, Rosedale got out at
That was
2:30.
Rosedale, yeah. But like that school
Oh
gets out at
yeah,
3:05.
3:05.
We'd go to her house and she'd have ice cream, sprinkles, chips, like all these snacks just ready to go. It was like,
Ready, we would call her. Like as soon as we got in the car, my papa would
call
get out
Nanny.
his flip phone, call
Yep.
Nanny, and tell her what you want when you get home, and she would have it all ready. Sometimes I went through a phase
A
when she stopped
muffin.
coming.
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes with Nutella, or
Nanny would prep that for you?
no, Papa would, but pancakes with butter and sugar on it. Oh my god,
Strawberries with
so good.
sugar.
Yeah,
Man, like yeah, she would do a lot though. Oh my goodness. And then also our nanny would if she were prepping dinner by the time like well, a lot of the times she'd be prepping dinner, our dad would be coming to pick us up. So like if she was say they had breakfast for dinner a lot because like Papa liked breakfast for dinner. So if there was like sausages, she
ooh,
would literally wrap one in a napkin for us to take on the go. Um there was like so much of that. Like if she was making curried beef, she'd send us home with it after
yeah.
being able to have a little plate. Like
Or
she
like
would make
even when
so
we
much.
slept over, we would wake up and Papa would have poached eggs for me, soldiers
Eggs.
for you,
Yup.
and scrambled for Ainsley, already
100%.
done.
Yup. Just ready to go.
Like and warm too, so like he knew.
And when we slept over at Nana's, you would be down in the kitchen at like 6 a.m. making
Heart
pancakes,
shaped
blueberry
pancakes.
heart shaped pancakes with her, just ready to go.
Yeah,
It's good times, good
it
times.
was good times. I wish I could wake up and just have
Heart shaped
breakfast
pancakes.
ready
Ah, it
for
was great
me.
for me, honestly.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed making the pancakes. It was fun, even though I think I just watched. Like, I think I was allowed to mix the batter,
Yeah.
but
She probably
still,
didn't want you burning yourself. You were like so
yeah, I
young.
was
You were
very
like
young.
6.
That was also when we lived there too,
Yeah.
between moving houses. Um, when we did fight a lot before you moved out, but I will say one thing is Tara would wait for. So she was done at 2:10. I was done at 3:05. She would wait for me to come home to make her after school snack
Yes.
because like
You were going
and
to ask for it anyway.
yeah. But like still like it takes what 15 minutes to heat either pogos or bagel bites up. So you would put
Honestly,
it
but that's a
in at
lifetime.
like three
But
o'clock
that's a
and it would be
lifetime.
yeah. But it would be like it would be done by the time I got home. So it was really nice.
Like I'm thinking about the mac and cheese that I'm gonna make, and I'm already thinking about how it's gonna take a year for that water to boil.
Yeah.
Like a year.
Yeah.
So
You
like
should get a convection oven
I know.
when you buy your own appliances. So fast to heat up.
Yes, yes, yes. I am trying to save up to just move out. Man, getting a
Apartment.
job right now is so hard though.
And in today's day and age, yeah, it is.
Like it's actually
I know.
crazy. So
And then people are like, people think we're lazy, but it's
hire
so
me.
hard to get a
It's
job
so
here.
hard. But it's not even that. It's just like it's frustrating, you know? Like I don't even know honestly anymore. One minute people are like, we need the help. The next minute they're like, but not you.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, okay. And then they're waiting for months and being like, nobody wants to work here. And it's like, bro,
I've applied 4 times under
yeah,
3 different names.
literally. Should I change my name? Should I try that? I wonder.
Yeah.
Have I seen this resume before? No, no, no. The name's different.
Yeah. No, we don't have that under the do not hire list.
yeah, really.
Anyway,
we don't have that name under there.
yeah. I was going to bring up something else after the whole nostalgia thingy,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what it was.
Was it nostalgic?
I can't remember. I really can't. It was like it was good like segue, but then we got into talking about school stuff.
Well, maybe you read it on the Discord.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
But
We
I
were
can
talking
check.
about TV shows, and then the sad thing with toys.
You're gonna remember that. Like it's just gonna
Yeah, I know.
play
I
in your
know.
head
It's
over
gonna
and
be
over and over
absolutely
again.
tragic.
Well, at least the mac and cheese can make you happy.
That's all I have.
I
Nope.
nope was going to say, remember when we talked about pet peeves
Yes.
and you couldn't think of one?
Yeah.
I thought of one like the moment the moment we turned that video off, and I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I'll write it down, like you'll remember." And then I was like, "No, it's a pet peeve. Like I will remember." And now I can't remember. So there was also no point in me bringing that up. But
Wait, so you didn't write it down after saying you were
no, I
gonna write it
didn't.
down?
Yep. I was like, "No, I'm gonna remember because it's a pet peeve."
Okay.
If you could live in any TV show or game, what would you choose? Mario Kart.
Oh my gosh, video game? Absolutely not.
Are you kidding? You just drive around and throw shells at people?
Maybe may I'm trying to think of like a game that had like a good
The
story.
Winnie the Pooh one
Like
that you
part of
used to
me.
have
Oh my god, on the GameCube. Yeah, I have two of those for some reason. Legit, I don't understand where the second disc came from. It just appeared one day.
duplicated.
Um, I'm thinking maybe Cyberpunk because like that's an entire world, but I don't know. And then as far as
Or
a
Nintendogs.
TV show, Nintendogs, I hope they're
Just to
okay.
watch dogs all the time. Oh, they're probably so dirty and starving. I have my DS at home. I should clean them up. TV show?
You're right. I should text her.
Yeah. TV show? I would probably do Wizards of Waverly Place
I was gonna say yeah, like something probably old like that, Wizards or iCarly.
or Hannah Montana.
Frick, if I could be Hannah Montana, sure.
I wouldn't want to be Hannah Montana. I want to be Lily. You can be Hannah, I'll be Lily. But I'm not saying that just because I watched Wizards of Waverly Place. I did just watch it, but still, like, who wouldn't want to be in a world of wizards? Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, whether you're friends with them or you are one, like
Yeah,
that's wild.
yeah. Like, where she gives Harper one free wish and be
Yeah.
like, can I have one every day? I wish to have one every day.
That's a good wish, actually.
Yeah, but then you'd get into the, yeah, you get three wishes. Oh, I wish for three more wishes. Like,
I
it's
don't
like
know
against
though,
the
because
rules.
like, I guess I feel like Aladdin asked for way more than three wishes.
Loopholes. He wasn't touching the lamp. And then he would just like the genie would be like, "Oh, like I'm in trouble if I don't do this, so I have to make my own wish." You know?
I guess. What's another question you got there, buddy?
If you could mash up two TV shows that hasn't happened but thought would be a great, what would it be of? Kind of like a mashup of like how Hannah Montana or Wizards go on like Sweet Life on Deck.
Those
Kind of like
those were the
those.
best mashups.
Yeah.
Um,
I wish Pretty Little Liars went to Sweet Life on Deck.
that'd actually be wild. Did you see they're rebooting it?
Pretty Little Liars
Uh-huh.
with the same actresses
I don't know, but it's apparently like, uh,
in the works.
yeah. I don't think it's the same actresses, but
Mm.
um, maybe it's the same bad guy. I don't know. Truly, I don't know. I haven't read up on it, but I do know that they are rebooting it.
Hmm. Didn't the bad guy die?
I actually could not tell you because I watched that like first year of college.
I think A was shot at
the,
the
the
end.
pause and the panic. Also, if you guys aren't following the TikTok, please feel free to go give it a like and share and make one of those videos go viral.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Preferably the one of Selena's face.
Honestly, you know what? I think the one that where I say I haven't had cupcake deserves to be viral. Okay?
Why?
Because it's hilarious.
Hilarious. I haven't had cupcake
Yeah, like your face
ever. Like,
afterwards, like you're like, okay, finish that sentence. Anyway, yeah, the one of me like waiting for things
honestly,
to go viral.
the ruthlessness of the editor.
Oh yeah, me like zooming in on my finger. It was some of my best work.
Professional editing
Yeah.
101, editing 101.
This is gonna be very big.
Okay.
We're wah wah wah.
Wawa.
Were Ross and Rachel on a break?
So she had definitely kind of taken a step back because it was like, yeah, I need to figure this stuff out. Like, we can't deny that, yes, that is literally what she did because he was being overbearing about Mark. That being said, I don't think, regardless of what is happening in that moment, I don't think your response should be to go out and sleep with someone that day, the same, like within hours.
In I'm not saying yes or no, but in Ross's defense, she did throw herself at him.
Yeah,
Like the
but my
situation
man, have
could
some
have been,
willpower
yeah,
though.
the
Like,
situation could have easily been avoided. And like, didn't he go and like see Rachel talking to Mark, or she saw him talking to a girl or something, and they left? Also, Chandler and Joey were there. Why isn't she mad at them? They were there.
yeah, but it's not their fight.
It's not, but
Are you
if
gonna
I was in
like?
Rachel's situation, I'd be like, why would you let him do this?
What are they supposed to say? They probably didn't know though. I don't think they knew. I think they just knew that he was sad.
Didn't Joey tell?
Joey would tell him to go sleep with
Didn't
someone
Joey
though, like
tell the person though? Like, didn't Joey tell the guy?
the girl.
The girl told her brother at the dry cleaners. The dry cleaners told Joey, who I thought told Gunther.
Oh, maybe. I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, um, I think either both like yes and no. I think it goes on for one way too long, and two, I think it could have been intervened that he didn't like if they just spoke what they were feeling,
Mm-hmm.
it would have never gotten there. But that's my thing with TV shows is they never say what they're feeling.
They lack communication skills, and I think that's such a
Yeah,
big one. And I know that it's easier said than done because, like, even IRL communication is very hard. Like where I am now, I think is like the most I've ever been like communicative, communi.
negative.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
But still, like it could have just been easily avoided if you just said they're also 20, 32, 27.
I don't know how old they are at that point.
I think they're like 29 still. Like what? Anyway,
Do I think they were on a break? Yes. Do I think that situation should have happened? No. Does that make sense? Like
yes.
that's pretty much where it's at. And I think that's what I think that's what everybody I think with that question needs to realize too. You know what I mean? How people always make that joke like were they on a break? It's just like, well, technically, yeah, she did say.
And didn't he
But
call her and he heard Mark in the background?
I don't know. All
They
I
were
know
at
is
the
that she
bar.
called him and he didn't pick up.
Yeah, but they were at the bar and he was like moping around and then he called her and then she said like Mark brought over Chinese food and then he heard him in the background and then he hung up because Ross called to apologize.
Well,
I think that's what happens.
maybe he should have just shown up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't have to go on the entire series
Honestly, though,
though.
that makes me think of that episode when Chandler is like in a panic and then he proposes, right? And then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, will you marry me?" And Ross makes that joke. He's like, "Oh yeah, we were on a break. Will you marry me?" And Rachel just stares at him, and Chandler was like, "Mm-mm."
Yeah.
They were all like,
Yeah.
"Too soon."
Too soon. This one
Mm.
I laughed. Maybe some dating advice, how to get out and meet people, but be safe to going out your comfort zone, just dating in general. I cannot give any advice. I don't. I can't. I
I
don't know
don't
how.
date.
I don't know how.
Um,
And I hope I never have to find out, so it made me laugh. Because I was like, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what to tell you.
how'd you meet Gavin?
School,
Hmm. So what's the question? Like, just
dating advice, and how to be, like, just dating in general and getting out of your
well,
comfort
to be
zone.
fair, I think we live in a world where getting out of your comfort zone, like you just have to like unapologetically be yourself. There is no point in hiding anything. Like if you're trying to find someone that you genuinely want to spend the rest of your life with,
Yeah.
like there's no point in starting it out with like lies or just like
But, like, I don't even
hidden
know how you
things.
go out and meet people.
Um,
Like I don't.
I can vouch for like meeting people like through apps and online, and like I do think there's good now there's better apps. There's better apps than others. Um and it all starts with just like conversing, and it's like you also have to remember too when you are on dating sites that you're probably not the only person talking to said person. So if you feel that click or like that you might have that click, then I think you need to act on it sooner than later and not have it linger because you're just setting yourself up for like maybe a little hurt if it doesn't go the way you thought it would just by talking to them. Dating in this day of age is so hard, and I don't think COVID helped.
No. And I just find like I never understood dating apps because you can get so comfortable talking to somebody online and then when you first see them, like you kind of go back to square one, but you know so much about this person already, like it might be awkward. Like
I think that
it's
doesn't
kind of like
happen as often as you
Love is
think.
Blind. Like they couldn't see them at all. Didn't even get pictures. But like just and they're obviously not getting engaged over a dating app, but like I could just see how it would be.
Yeah.
Like kind of
Yeah.
weird.
But also, it's like when you find that person, it's just like those butterflies, though, you don't ever want them to leave.
True, but like not awkward butterflies.
But I don't think they're necessarily
No,
awkward.
but if that were to happen, like I don't know, like you could text a completely different way than what you actually are, right?
True. And then you could always make light of that situation, though. It doesn't have to be like
No,
necessarily
no, no,
be.
no, it doesn't. But
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah,
it goes both ways. As far as dating advice goes in general, though, it's like you really do have to put up a guard, but like I can't emphasize enough like being yourself, not hiding. You know what I mean? Cuz like you don't want someone to fall for you like for certain things you've shown them, but you've kept other parts of yourself hidden. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, like when you become a different person when you meet somebody, and then you have to keep it that like not facade, but like you have to kind of when
Or
you
just like hide that part of yourself when like you shouldn't. You should want to feel
yeah,
comfortable and open with those
it's kind of
people.
like meeting the parents for the first time. You are on your best behavior. You don't do anything that you think is weird, or you don't do anything like whatever. But
Yeah.
then slowly over time, you kind of just let them see that side of you.
What have you let them see?
No, just like when you first meet somebody, you put on a filter because
Yeah,
you don't know what jokes you can make. You don't know,
absolutely.
right? And well, I don't have any advice. Just
Just take
don't.
off the filter.
Yeah,
Just take off.
just don't have a filter to begin with.
Think of dating like a coffee pot. Okay,
Yeah,
you have the
no, you
filter.
won't want a filter in a coffee pot. Else the grounds are gonna go everywhere. A Brita filter. You can
A
use one,
French
but you
press.
don't need it.
A French press.
I think a Brita filter is better.
I don't even know where I'm going with it. I was just making a coffee joke.
I know, but a Brita you can put coffee in a Brita filter.
Why would you put coffee in a Brita
I don't
filter?
know. Maybe it'll taste good. We should try it.
I don't think that would taste good at all.
Well,
Like an iced coffee, though, from it?
yeah.
How would that even work? What are you doing? Putting the grounds in the base?
No, on top.
On top,
It'll
but
go
then
through the filter. Anyway,
no, it wouldn't go through the filter, though, if it's from the
exactly.
top.
So
What do you
just the
mean?
coffee would come out. Put the coffee grounds in the top of the Brita,
The
and
coffee
then
grounds would need to go in the bottom. It depends on what Brita you're buying because like you would have to put them in with the water
I don't know
because the
what
filters.
it filters down. You
Oh,
fill the
yours filters
top.
down because like the one I had was like not like that one. You're thinking of like our old one where
Hmm.
you filled it through the little. Oh, fill that with grounds. Pour water through that.
Anyway, as I was saying though,
Damn.
it's like a Brita filter. You can use the filter, but you don't have to.
Hmm.
Like you're telling me once that filter is bad, you throw it out, you're going out to buy another one.
Fair. The biggest advice I ever got, for dating, make your and you know what? Some of you are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" or "What is that?" or "I'm not doing that." But bear with me here. Is make that checklist and don't settle for anything less. And I know you're thinking that sounds silly. That's so stupid. But I cannot express to you that like if you make that checklist for what you're looking for in a partner, that like you will find that person. but you can't settle for less. Like as like okay, so say they tick a lot of boxes and then they don't tick one, still give it a chance and because like you never know. But I'm saying like if they are
Yeah,
not
like an 80 out
ticking,
of 100 is still a
if
pass.
they are not ticking like all of those boxes, then it's just like don't settle because later on you're probably going to be unhappy. You know,
Yeah, but
it's one
like
of those things where you got to really like you have to be selfish when you're looking for a partner. Like that's
for sure.
kind of how it is because when you're with that partner, like you're not going to be selfish, you
Yeah,
know? So it's like it's so hard to describe, but that for that question, that's the biggest thing is make that checklist. And I've talked to some friends who've done it all this and like yes, like don't settle for like less than you deserve.
I'd say that's good advice. I don't have any. I have
I know we
no.
get it. We get it.
No,
You're
I'm just
engaged and
saying
planning a marriage.
I
Like thank
don't
you.
have any advice
We get
because we're all at different stages in our life. And like we were very young when we started dating, so we kind of grew up and matured together.
yeah,
So like we kind of just like
molded.
kind of
Yeah.
like mixing chocolate together, how like you put like chocolates in a pot and then it kind of just like melts together.
Yep. And then you got one big chocolate
Puddle.
circle. Yeah.
Circle, sure. But like
Well, a pot's round.
yeah, true. But like now like our
You take two
sarcasm
squares
aligns
and
and
melt
yeah,
them.
and it makes one.
Circle.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
like um basically like our sarcasm is the same and just basically that's it because all we are is sarcasm.
yes. Pretty much both of you. It's crazy how much you play off of each other.
Yeah.
And it's dry humor too. Like sometimes
It's
it's
so
just so
stupid.
dry and it's like you just kind of have to look at you both like
Yeah.
hmm.
Like we could
Like
just like say like a coffee cup in like a weird language or like a weird accent and we
and I
think
think it's the
it's
funniest thing on
hilarious.
the planet
Yeah.
though, but yeah, that's hilarious.
Well, you gotta laugh at yourself.
Well, you definitely have to laugh at yourself and that's why I'm saying like no filter, best filter.
The best filter is no filter.
I mean, I said that but backwards, so
Yeah, I know, but it sounded better whenever you put it that way.
it sounded better
That
when
no filter
I
is the
said
best filter. Whatever you want. You could be the new slogan, or that might be the name of the podcast. Although I'm not going to recommend what to name the podcast anymore because Tara never takes my
if you literally
suggestions.
remind me, like it's just I go through a
Do you
lot,
not
man. I
watch the
edit.
podcast while you're editing, and then
Why would I need to watch it?
to make sure you don't have to clip anything out? I watched it.
I I just I have full faith in us. When we go back and forth, like I just got full faith. Like send it. I just posted it. Well, no, I added a little bit at the beginning and the ends, but I just send it.
So
Actually, there was that
then,
one where I had to like cut out some stuff, but yeah, because
yeah.
of like the noise, like when mom came home.
And we were just like waiting silently for all the noise to stop.
Unless you guys want to see us like sitting in silence for like 20 minutes, then like
Hmm.
which that's fair too though. There are people like it's just like a comfortable silence thing. Like we're here just sitting and vibing together.
Yeah, except for just audio listeners. They're gonna be like, "What the
I
heck?"
can breathe into the mic.
Yeah, you can. I don't. You probably hear me like every time I take a drink of my coffee, like
I actually thought about that like
glug,
when I
glug,
took my
glug.
last slip because I went
Slip. My last slip.
slurp.
Slurp. My last slip and slurp. Slip and slurp.
Sip. Sip.
And slurp. Honestly,
I don't think anybody's getting fly like a G6 these days, and that just makes me sad.
where did that come from?
Scissor.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I really don't. Honestly, that was a pretty good song.
it's classic.
They don't make
It's
songs like
vintage
they
now.
used to. It's old. Although Selena Gomez came out with a new song
What?
called Love On. I
Mm.
know every single word already. It's amazing.
I'll have to listen to it.
She can do no wrong.
I don't think she has. Has
Mm,
she had any? I don't know. I don't really keep up with them.
maybe. The whole like her versus Haley thing. But still,
I
like
didn't even
anyway,
follow
like
that.
she needs to come out with an album immediately and I need to go see her because she's amazing.
Is there speculation for an album?
Yeah, she's released 2 singles in the past couple months.
What was the other one?
Single soon.
Oh, that was a while ago. A couple months. That was like last year.
She's dating Benny Blanco.
Mm-hmm. That
That's
that
that.
was post single
I
song
know, but
notes.
that's the end of the sentence.
Oh, I
That's
don't
it.
know who
There's a
he
period
is.
there. I think he's a music producer. Like I think he has a song with um Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's like kind of in the background, like helps make beats and stuff. Maybe just produces, I don't know. But like you
He's
can
just in
search
the
him
mic
on
going.
Spotify. Yeah. And like he's been on like cooking shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I follow this one cooking account and he's been on that.
I love watching people cook.
Yeah. Her name is Half Baked Harvest and the food that she makes looks so good.
I respect that.
Yeah. I want to make all the food.
As you should.
Yeah. You know what I could go for? Pulled pork tacos, now that I said. When did I say pulled pork?
Talking about cafeteria food.
In the last.
Nope, that was this one.
Okay. Whoa. Um,
Has it already been that much time? Wait, I don't even know how much time is it. Holy crap. Yeah, you covered that like an hour ago.
has it been an hour?
56 minutes.
Wow.
And she already forgot.
Yeah. Oh my God. 56 minutes. This has flown by. And I felt like we were running out of things to say.
No.
And it was like 20 minutes. And I was like, what am I going to talk about for the next 40 minutes? Huh.
The more you know.
Yeah. And then we were
So you're
talking
gonna go
about.
for pulled pork tacos?
No, I have a freshie bowl waiting for me. Was that
True.
also this episode? Okay.
It's pretty much all been this episode.
I know, but we talked about a lot.
Yeah, we did. Like, and we went about everything again.
I literally cannot believe it's been 56 minutes. Like, I am living in a time warp.
Yeah, it's pretty wild right now. Let me tell you that much.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only. Yeah. Mm. Because I was thinking you said that we had to go out and get food. Not food. Brownies.
Yeah, I want you to bake brownies.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. You said that, and then I was like, oh,
Do I have to go out and get it? We should. We should probably get this stuff.
leave the house.
I left it yesterday.
I know, but I
Leave
already left
again.
today. I already left today, and I have to leave again at
For what?
7. I'm going to meet the wedding decorator.
Oh, that'll be fun. You have your color scheme?
Hmm.
You're going alone?
You can come if you want. It
I
won't be
don't.
that long.
It depends.
It's Ash's aunt.
It depends. Where are you meeting them?
I think she has like a little room with all her stuff in it.
Well, that'll be fun.
I just want to go and like ask her like how much it'll be and like whatever because I know that she's gonna do it. She's gonna do the cake and
That's wild. See, this is wedding planning. Like, I cannot believe how calm you are.
I know what I want.
I know what
Like
I want. I
I
will not
do.
settle for anything less. Dating advice 101 right there.
Or it should be
Literally.
just life advice. Don't settle for anything less.
True. Life advice. You know what you want? Get it. Chase it. Go for it. Bug it.
I wrote a report and I didn't get the mark I thought I deserved, and I didn't settle for anything less. And I went to the teacher and said, "Hey, I don't deserve this mark," and they changed it.
Wow, if school worked that way, I could have been so successful.
Yeah, no, like he reread it and was like, "Yeah, I don't know why you got that mark, but still, like, I could have just accepted it and not gone to the teacher."
But it's just like, do better.
Sorry, professor. Not do better. I was like, I saw my mark and I was like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, no, the teacher, do better.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not even them. They get TAs to mark it.
that's what, yeah, that's crazy
It
too.
bothers me because like they don't know.
No, you don't know me.
Yeah, like you're just a fourth year. Like you're marking way
You're
too
not
hard.
even
Like you
graduated.
think like you're marking way better,
Mhm.
but whatever. I'll leave it to them. And then watch 4 years from now, I'm gonna be a TA, marking
Probably.
everybody super hard. Like I got this when
So
I was in this.
with TAs though, I have to say they do like piss me off a little bit. And you know what? School, this is another thing I have beef with schools, like especially because with what I went to school for, it would be like, what was your takeaway from this film? What were they like showing? What was this, you know? And you know, a lot of that's very personal, like how you interpret and take things. And it's like we would be in a discussion room with the fucking TA. And you'd be like explaining like your thought process, and they'd be like, no. And it's like, Okay. Like,
Yeah.
then
And it's
tell
like,
me what it
what
meant.
did you take away? And you're wrong for thinking that.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally, that's
Yeah.
actually what happened. So I was like, I give up.
Two things. One, we wrote the report and it was due December 5th, and we didn't get it back till mid February. Very long for a report.
Mm-hmm.
The TA got sick the 3 weeks over Christmas break, so he couldn't mark any of them. I'm like, convenient. Was he sick or in Cuba?
3 weeks? That's a long time to
Yeah.
be
He said it was like a stomach thing.
for 3 weeks. I'd be
Yeah.
you'd be in the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know if
Like,
he was or
I
not. Like,
think,
they didn't say anything, but
no, I know,
like
but like anything over, I think, what is it, 5 days? And it's like you should be going to the doctor.
3.
3 days for, I guess, that,
But
yeah.
still, I was like, conveniently 3 weeks that you couldn't mark them happened to be over Christmas break with no classes.
Were you in the hospital or Barbados?
Yeah, like, were you in a hospital bed or a lounge chair? Hmm.
Hmm.
Sus. Very
Hmm.
sus. And he was telling us and like just red alarms in my head the entire time. I'm like, did you not question them? Like,
Red flag, red
did
flag,
you
red
get a
flag.
doctor's note?
This man's not ticking any boxes.
Yeah, like, come on. Second thing is I was debating on taping.
Tape.
I was debating on tape.
Tape can be fun.
I was debating on taking this film class and you study Disney movies.
Why haven't you taken it?
Well, it's for next year.
So
It's a
do it.
second year
I
class.
would jump on that. Like, why is that
And
even a question? That
it's
shouldn't even be a thought.
it's an online class.
That shouldn't even be a thought. That should just be a, yep,
Yeah.
I am taking that.
The course code is DIS
Diz.
2000.
I'm crying for you. Like, that's
Yeah.
actually going to be so amazing.
I know.
I want to take the course just for fun. Like,
Why not? You could easily get into like classical studies at the school and just take like all those classes and then
and do what with it though?
get a bachelor's degree in classics and then go to graduate school.
For what?
Anything you want, as long as you have a degree with good marks. Cabins in
Imagine me becoming a doctor off a classical degree. Just kidding.
No, but like it can be like kind of. I mean, this is very very different than a. I can't say too much because I can't compare degrees, but I also can't knock degrees. I don't even have a degree, but Cabins in a MSc, a master's program for data analytics, and there's people
Mhm.
from MedSci there.
Okay.
Like MedSci doesn't have any, like medical sciences doesn't have anything to do with data analytics, but they're still
Well,
in it.
I mean, maybe they want to collect the data for medical
You
stuff.
could honestly, if you had like 100 in every single one of your classes and they didn't accept you, it would be like, I'm sure you probably have to have prerequisites. I don't know. I haven't applied to graduate school, but
There.
still,
Soon.
yeah, another 3 years. I
You
could
got
go
this.
in one, but
I have faith. I remember we had a podcast talk about schooling, so you've got this in the
Mhm.
bag.
I could decide to either do my master's, my PhD, or my HBA.
Oh, okay.
But that's like a lot of schooling.
You've gone this far. You've already done. You're gonna be doing us all like 8 years collectively after the next 3, so you're good.
8 years.
Well, because you went to school for. Didn't you go for 3 or 4?
I went for 2.
Oh, it was 2 because you did the pre. Okay.
1 and 10 months, actually.
Well,
Because it ran till June, not April.
and here you are. Look at you. I feel like
Back
Cavin's
at
been
it.
in school forever, though.
He has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, thank you.
6 and a
No,
half
thank
by the
you.
time he's done.
All for data. See?
All for data.
The numbers don't lie.
Nope. All for data. He wants to look at numbers all day.
No, thank you.
I'm doing kind of the same thing.
I know you are.
But I want to do like the accounting part of it.
They're a numbers family.
Yeah. Maybe we'll run our own business. You know what I would love to do?
Coffee shop.
Yep.
I know. We've talked. Like I want one too.
But like I want one in Europe. I don't want one
coffee
here.
shop.
I want one in Europe where you set little patio chairs outside on the cobblestone sidewalks.
Where the weather's always nice.
Yep, and you just hand out like parfaits and croissants. Like I would do little mini tiramisu parfaits and croissants. And pain au chocolat.
Well, you know what? Put it in the docket, you guys, because who knows?
2040. Maybe.
I don't even know how old I'll be by then, but
46. I'll be 41. Yeah, I'll be 41. You'll be 46.
I think that's a good place to end it. I don't want to think about being 46.
You just vomited. You can come and help me if you want.
Yeah, 46. What else am I going to be doing? Yeah.
I don't know, but like it sounds pretty nice. Like hopefully Kevin makes enough money that I don't even have to work. Like,
Just straight up open it.
yeah, just open it for funsies. Like really,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
right? And then I can just whatever, and we can just sell,
Coffee.
yeah, but like honestly, what if you did like a pastry shop? I thought I was innovative, and then I was like, oh, pastry shops already
They
exist.
do. Those do happen to exist, but not.
Yeah. Ah, we should go to Williams Pastry and get some almond slices.
I don't think they're open still, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Right now? Till when? It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, probably not 4 o'clock. I could see Saturdays being their biggest day.
Probably open tomorrow.
I could now like really go for like a cupcake or like it closes at 5.
Mm.
Hmm.
They probably don't have
Interesting.
any though this late in the day.
Yeah, it's probably not something they carry. It's probably like special order. We should get them for Easter though.
Yes, Easter plans are coming.
Yep. This will be
Well,
Easter weekend.
maybe I have to go through and check because I don't know what math is mathing right now. All I can recall is like, yeah, I guess this would be potentially because the last one's. I guess the last one would be St. Patty's Day.
We have tomorrow's and then next week's already.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
think. I feel like I'm just missing one. You know what I mean? I think my brain is like it pushed it out of my
yes,
head.
because we weren't gonna upload one of them, but you ended up uploading it. The one where I was super tired and we thought we had nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
But you did end up posting it. So we do have an extra one. This might be Easter or this might be the week after Easter. Who knows? I will be Easter hunting. I hope everybody else is too. If this is Easter weekend, if it's the weekend after, I hope you had a great week Easter.
absolutely.
You ate all the chocolate.
Arguably, Easter has the best chocolate in my opinion, time of year wise.
mm,
But
I vibe with the month. Like
I
there's
just like
certain
pastels.
chocolate for certain seasons.
I know, yeah. I just feel like Easter for a holiday though has like the best.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking of Toblerone because we have a massive airport duty free size Toblerone in the kitchen right now that I will be having a piece of.
Yeah, I ate a piece.
Um,
Oh, can we put cream eggs in the brownies? Or to melt? Like
no, it would be good, but like, yeah, we'll see. Like the Oreo ones or like an actual cream egg.
all of them. I don't care.
Okay.
Caramel, anything, honestly.
The caramel ones would be so good.
Right?
Okay. Anyway, um, I can't imagine. I was just about to say I can't imagine eating Toblerone in like July.
That's weird, but I get you.
You feel?
Yeah, I
Or
understand.
like toffee like in August?
Yeah, toffee face only
No,
Christmas.
no, I can't. Mini eggs in October? No,
That I can.
no.
I could eat mini eggs every day of my life.
Actually, we bought eggies.
So good.
So good.
Hershey's uses real chocolate.
I know, but I always heard bad things about eggies, and I did try them once before, and I
Yeah.
didn't like them. Maybe it was all in my head. Eggies are bomb.
Yeah, they're so good.
Like, I don't understand what the big hate over them is. Like, everyone was like, no,
It's just
mini
because
eggs,
they're
mini
not mini
eggs.
eggs. Literally, that's all it is. It's a name thing. It's crazy.
I brought a pack when we were driving home, and there was a couple left, and I put it in Kevin's car door. And now Kevin's car is at an auto shop, and my Eggie snacks for the car ride home are in the door.
Hopefully. But else,
They probably ate them. They were like, "Oh, mini eggs," and then they tried them. And they were like, "These are eggies." Oh my god! And then they probably ate the
they
rest
ain't
of
there
them.
no more.
I probably won't eat them when they come back if they are still there.
Sadly.
I'm willing to take the risk. But anyway,
Fair.
yes. Okay, we should end this here because if we get talking about chocolate and snacks again,
That's a whole other conversation, though. Candy and stuff. Maybe we could start the next one with it.
we've already talked about snacks.
But candy.
And candy. They already know that my favorite is sour watermelon.
True. Fine.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I had no idea that it was already over an hour. Like, I literally thought we've only been filming for
Like 20 minutes. Like, that's what it felt like.
25,
Yeah.
27 minutes. Maybe?
27. Okay.
Yeah, like 27, 36, 28 now. But anyway, you might have noticed in the last one too, Tara chopped her hair, so I had to chop mine.
Yeah, I'm a trendsetter. What can I say?
Yeah. But well, thank you for joining us for this one. It was kind of more haphazard than the last one.
They've all been, let's face
Yeah.
it.
And hopefully we can I'm not going to say kidnap, but round somebody up to come and talk with us. Not that I don't enjoy your company, I do.
Honestly, I'm
But
sensing some hostility.
somehow, yeah. But, a family member would be fun to talk
We'll
with
try to get our sister on still,
until
but
they started talking shit about us. And then it's like, maybe we should rethink this whole guest thing. Yeah,
true.
we'll see. Well, thank you for joining us at the Espresso Chateau. And we will see you next week.
She said it right. That's 2 for 2.
I keep doing peace signs and I need to stop. Like, I'm showing my age here.